Oh, hey folks, how y'all doing? I'm doing wonderful. Just chilling like a villain. Straight from a delicious cigar. About to crack open a cold, crazy Carabao. Some of y'all seen it before. No, nobody's paying me to say this, but I believe this to be the best beer brewed in the Philippines. It's Crazy Carabao IPA, India Pale Ale. It is my favorite beer. Brewed south of Manila, down in Laguna. Find me an opener here. Oh yeah, right off the top. I had that thing in the freezer, messed around, and it almost got too cold. But it's just like, oh yeah. Just right there above the temperature of freezing, because this dog likes cold beer. So just bear with me for 1 minute, 1 second, 10 seconds. Oh my goodness. Folks, that is so delicious. You can't chug a Crazy Carabao. It's too rich, it's too valuable, it's too tasty. This tastes so delicious, you just want to just savor it. Almost like you're drinking a glass of wine, but you're not. That's absolutely delicious. Hold on. Again, nobody's paying me to promote their product. Got turned on to that craft beer over at CPI Call Shop, the Crazy Carabao beer. Go to the CPI Call Shop. It's next to Hotel Euro Asia, Angeles City. You can just sample their craft beers. They got several craft beers on draft. They also got the bottles. And tell them Marco sent you. Shout out to my buddy Ted, my buddy D over there. So anyhow, I'm gonna tell a story to the end of this video, right? My Fatima's brother, Red Horse, my brother-in-law. His name's Lito, but I can never remember his name. Hell, she's got like, I don't know, 10, 12 brothers and sisters. I mean, one day I made her make a list and like, I still can't remember everybody's names, right? So, you know, you can give people nicknames that you can remember. Lito. Well, Lito reminded me of Litro, L-I-T-R-O, written on a bottle of Red Horse. I've seen that many times. So, anyhow, I just nicknamed him Red Horse, and I can track it back, and I know the man's name now, okay? So, I have to get down to Cebu City from Bacaoan, which is the northern portion of Cebu. So, you know, the island, the province, Cebu. I don't know, it's about a 4 or 5 hour bus ride. Just depends on traffic, obviously, but it's a congested road going all the way from the northern part of Cebu all the way to Cebu City. It's just, you know, mostly a 2-lane road where commerce and markets and people are conducting everyday life, walking in the street. It's a crowded road, right? So you don't know. I mean, you might, you know, you might zoom down there on a light traffic day. Another day, it is just fucking takes forever, right? So you need to give yourself plenty of time if you're trying to get to the airport and make a flight. I'm the type of person, I don't like to rush when it comes to flights. I like to be there early. I like to chill. I like to relax. I don't want to be in a hurry at the airport anymore. I don't go there late. That's not my style. Most of the time, if I've got a flight the next day, I'll displace. Say I have a flight going out of Bangkok. A lot of times I just, you know, right there, get a room at the airport, relax. Nice quick taxi ride over to Suvarnabhumi. Same with Cebu. Get a hotel room the night before, wake up, it's an easy taxi ride. You don't have to be rushed. I don't like to be rushed to the airport, and I hate motherfuckers that come in there late and get the cut in front of me, and they get rewarded for their lack of planning. It's right up there, the degradation of society when Walmart started taking anything back, you know. Buy a pack of diapers, a baby can shit in them, and you can take them back and complain. They'll get, oh, real sorry about that. Here's your new pack of diapers. That's Rodney Carrington, but he's right. So anyhow, I need to get to Cebu Airport. I need to be there at 11. The flight leaves at 1. And I like a cushion. So our brother drives a taxi, and hey, he's always on time picking us up from the airport. Now he let me down one time getting over to the village. No big deal, right? But we're talking to him. I say, hey dude, pick me up 6 a.m. in the morning. I don't want to be late. I don't want to be rushed. If I get there early, I'll drink craft beer on the far side of security for 3 hours. I don't care. Pick me up at 6:06 for a trek down to Cebu City to try to be on station at 11, right? That's only a 5-hour window. And the taxi is much quicker, obviously, than the bus, because the bus stops at every person standing on the side of the road raising their hand. No problem, but I'll pick you up at 7. 6 o'clock's too early. And I said, look, dude, and she's on speakerphone, right? And I'm explaining to her and him, I'm like, look, if you get here, if I wait for you till 7, and then you don't show up, now you're putting me in a bind to get down there. Because my backup plan is to stand on the side of the road and flag down a bus, headed that way. They'll come by about every 30 minutes or so, at least every hour. But I said, man, if you don't show up at 7, and I gotta wait 30 minutes or whatever for a bus, it's gonna put me running, real close, especially if there's traffic or weather. No problem, I'll be there at 7. So he talked me into agreeing until 7, and that was my mistake. I should have said, no, dude, you're picking me up at 6. And this is what he didn't understand or didn't comprehend, is that, bro, if you don't show up at 7 and I have to get a bus, now I'm running late. But if you don't show up at 6 and I know you're not coming, well, I've got that extra hour. Oh no problem. I'll be there at 7. I said, all right. I said, you tell this dude this one more thing. I told him direct, and I made sure she told him. I said, dude, if you're not here at 7, I'm getting on the next fucking bus. Okay? Again, because you're gonna put me running behind. I'm gonna trust you. Oh yeah, no problem. What do you think happened at 7 o'clock the next day? We're standing out there with all our shit. Fatima and the babies are just going to the village. They're waiting on Flo to meet them over there. They don't got to be nowhere. They're not in a big hurry. But she's sitting there with me waiting. Dude don't show up. Okay, number one, he's not on time. And folks, the reason I'm giving you this talk is because a lot of people here have never been to the Philippines. They've met a girl online, and they're trying to do research, and they're trying to learn about Philippine culture, right? When you leave the West, time is more of a suggestion. The same shit happens in the Middle East, Southeast Asia, Central America, right? People don't live and die by the time like we Americans do. But guess what? An airplane does. The airplane's not going to wait on you, right? So that's why you have to reiterate. You got to be on time, man. You got to be on time, or I'm going to be late if I have to go to plan B. 7 o'clock, he's not there. I'm like, well, he's either on Filipino time or he's just not showing up, not dependable, got drunk last night. I don't know what his problem is, but he ain't here. So plan B, I'm sitting there looking for a bus. This van stops. I don't like to ride the vans. I'm going to tell you why. I mean, they're nice Toyota vans, but they fill those vans full. If it's a 15-passenger van, there's going to be 15 people plus luggage, 2 dogs, 3 chickens, and maybe a fucking goat. Now, that might be exaggerating a little bit, but they're packed like sardines. the van drivers on a tighter schedule. They're driving like fucking, it's like you're in a NASCAR. You're a passenger at a NASCAR race. You're left, you're right, I mean, it's scary. You know, every now and then you'll get some nice drivers, but some of them are just so far, you know, so tight of a schedule. They're driving like madmen. They do the same thing all over Southeast Asia. I don't take the vans anymore as a rule. Now, we did take the one up to Baguio and back, and it was a test. It was a test to see if anything had changed that would change my mentality. But for the most part, you're safer taking the bus. These vans all over Southeast Asia, Thailand, because of the driving habits, they roll all the time. And when they do, they happen to catch on fire and people can't get out because you're packed in there like fucking sardines. It's like, how much is your life worth? Is your life worth an extra couple hours sitting on a bus? And oh, by the way, most of the buses, if you get 2 and 2, you're more comfortable anyhow. And buses don't tend to roll as much, and they don't drive as fast, and they're not doing this and this and driving like a NASCAR driver, like a NASCAR car, whatever. So the van pulls up, and the only way that this guy rides in a van now is if I get the front seat. Okay, I want the front seat so I can film. I'm not claustrophobic. I don't give a shit what's going on behind me. When we took the van to Baguio and back, we just rented the whole seat behind. So the babies and Fatima had that whole seat. I had the front seat. Everybody was happy, plenty of room. It was actually a very good experience. And shout out to my drivers on that route. But if you still want to compare, you know, safety, the bus is much safer, right? In just 5 minutes of research, you'll see what I'm talking about. People get injured and die in these vans all the time, right? And speed is what kills. Kinetic energy is what? Mass times velocity squared. And anyhow, speed kills. And the vans are zipping around going a lot faster than the damn bus is gonna do. So anyhow, this van pulls up. There's 2 Kuyas in there, the driver and the dude sitting in the front seat. And apparently he seemed to be like the friend of the driver. And so they pull up. Hey, okay, how much is Cebu City? You know, I don't even remember what the fuck he said. I said, dude, I'll ride with you, but I gotta have the front seat. And the dude sitting in the front seat is like, oh, no, it's expensive. And I look over to the driver, and the driver's kind of like, he wanted to say, hey man, shut the fuck up, I need to get pastures, but this dude's like, oh, it's too expensive. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean, dude? It means that you're either freeloading, you got a free ride, that's your buddy, or whoever the fuck you are, and you don't want to fucking give up the front seat. I say, well, no, fuck y'all, hit the fucking bricks. All right? It was just a strange situation. Oh, it's too expensive. Too expensive to sit in the front seat? You're so full of shit. Folks, over here, you will hear so much fucking bola. Nobody will just fucking tell you the truth and say, hey man, you know, this is my buddy and I'm riding all the way to Cebu City with him and I want to sit up front. No, it's expensive. The fuck you mean expensive? Okay, well tell me the fucking price, asshole, and I'll fucking buy the seat. You hit the fucking back seat, motherfucker. But I didn't have no patience. Oh, it's expensive. What the fuck? Get the fuck out of here. And I'm looking at the driver like, get the fucking, you and your buddy, fuck you. Get your fucking buddy out of here, man. Your buddy just cost you, you know, a fucking paying customer. Because you let him fucking run some bullshit on me. Fuck you, man. Anyhow, piss me the fuck. Oh, it's expensive. What the fuck are you talking about? Jesus Christ. So I deal with those fucking idiots, right? Dumb and Dumber. So after getting rid of Dumb and Dumber, here comes a bus. And it's not a Ceres bus. The Ceres buses are the nicest. That's the yellow ones, right? Let me back up. At about 6:30, a Ceres bus stopped right in front of our little room, and some people got on. And Fatima's like, "You better go get on it." And I said, well, look, it's not 7 o'clock yet. Let's give the man the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he's coming. But she knew at 6:30 that motherfucker wasn't going to be there at 7. She was trying to get me on that bus. And it was a non-aircon bus. There's only like 3 or 4 people. And it pulls away. I said, no, I'm going to give the man the benefit of the doubt. I told him 7. He agreed 7. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. But she knew something was up because she couldn't get him on the phone. That's the other thing. Nobody here in the Philippines answers their goddamn phone. You can call them motherfuckers all day long. They're not going to answer the phone. You know, nobody answers the phone. They don't answer a text. Why? I don't know why they don't answer, because that's free. Why they don't reply, you understand that? Because nobody has any fucking load. You know, if you call somebody and they don't answer, you're not getting a reply back, so you have to keep calling them. You can text them, they can't reply. They don't have no fucking load. So she's trying to get a hold of this motherfucker. No reply. The bus at 6:30 pulls off. I'm still fucking giving them the benefit of the doubt. Okay, now let's go back. After I shoo away the van, I'm standing out there, 7 o'clock. Shoo away the fucking van. And about 7:15 rolls around. Here comes this fucking bus. And it's one of the ones where, and this is something you need to learn, those red and white buses, what the hell they call? I don't know if they call them rabbits up there, whatever. Anyhow, you'll see these bigger, long, older buses, and they'll have 2 seats on the right side of the bus, on the starboard side, and on the left, there's 3. Okay? Now these buses, they fucking pack full like goddamn sardines. The Ceres buses, the Aircons, it's 2 and 2, right? It's easy. It's spread out. It's okay, 2 and 2. You got 1 seatmate, y'all can make shit work. But if you get on that older, longer bus, try to sit on the right side where there's only 2 seats. Because if you get stuck over there with the 3, it's fucking sardines, right? Well, guess where I got stuck? That bus stops. I'm like, hey, 7:15, 7:20, whatever the fuck it was. I didn't have a choice at that point. I had to fucking mount up. Time is critical, or I'm gonna miss this flight, lose some money. So I kiss everybody up goodbye, jump on there. All the seats on the 2 side, starboard side, are filled. So I'm in the back. I get to the back over on the port side with 3 seats, right? Now, when you start out up north, there's a small amount of people, but as you get closer and closer and closer to Cebu, they're just packing people on there, right? And it will get crowded as fuck for that last hour to Cebu City. Well, luckily, oh my, mi Dios. Luckily, I get over by the window. Now listen, if you're claustrophobic on buses and stuff, don't take the aircon buses. Take the non-aircon, because the window is open, so I prefer the non-aircon. They're cheaper, but I sit by the window. So I sit by the window, I'm looking out this window. I don't care what's going on over here, how many people are standing in the aisle, sometimes it gets to that. I'm looking out the window, I'm in my own little world. So it starts getting crowded, but luckily, this beautiful, beautiful Filipina, south of Bogo City, shout out to you, Dawn, because you were so sweet. A very smart girl too. She's in college. Don't get into her whole story, but beautiful girl, sits down beside me, smelled wonderful, her perfume, hair conditioner, whatever it was, she smelled wonderful. And so we're chilling. And then somebody else came to get on, and she just scoots over next to me, ends up going to sleep on my shoulder, and folks, she smelled wonderful the whole ride down to Cebu. So I got lucky. I could easily have been just wedged in there, with some kuya wearing a fucking tank top, stinking up the place. So my ride was wonderful. But I guess I tell this story to say, okay, well, I'm not done with the story. So Fatima says about 10 minutes after I get on the bus, he shows up. So he probably showed up at like 7:30, like, hey, where is he? like nothing's going on. Well, that is the Filipino mentality, right? He's 30 minutes late. He don't think nothing about it. He's there. He didn't understand or comprehend, hey, bro, if you don't show, then how do I, and there's no communication, how do I know that you're coming? If you pick up the phone and say, hey, man, I'm running 20 minutes late, I'll wait. But there was no communication. We can't get a hold of the dude. He won't answer the fucking phone. I had to go to plan B, or else I'm going to lose my fucking money and miss this flight. He shows up about 7:30, on Filipino time. Hey, where's he at? And this is what you'll deal with here. This is what you'll deal with. If I was just going to Cebu to check into a hotel, I'd have waited on the guy. Give him 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever. But I was in a time crunch and I had to get on that bus and I had to go. So what he did, he fucked himself. and I'll tell you numbers, right? To go from Mactan Cebu Airport, like up to Hagnaya, they want 3,500 pesos, 35. So that's roughly, 50 to 1, that's $70. Right now it's around $60, whatever. They want 3,500 to go from Cebu to Hagnaya, which will take you over to Bantayan Island. That's what the taxi drivers want. Now, being that he's family, I get a little family discount, but we still pay him, right? Because he's got to make money. But where he fucked himself, and if you're watching this dude, you fucked yourself. He was up there to go to a funeral. Okay? Somebody in the family died. I didn't go to the funeral. I didn't know the motherfucker, so it didn't concern me as far as I was concerned. But the rest of the family, they went to this funeral. So he drove himself up there on his own gas, on his own time, on his own dime, so to speak. Lost money coming up there on the fuel. Went to this fucking funeral and then was going to lose money on the drive back down. And so, when I first started, when I, figured out he was going back, I said, hey, look, tell that dude I'll give him 2,000. I'm not giving him the 3,500 because I can get on the bus, for 300 pesos. I said, just tell the dude if he'll pick me up, take me to the airport, I'll give him 2. That should cover all his fuel and offset the losses that he's taken on this trip to go to this goddamn funeral, right? May whoever fucking rest in peace. I didn't know the man, so I'm not going to pretend like my fucking feelings are hurt, that I'm all broken up inside because somebody died. I don't fucking know him. I have no fucking clue who he is, who he was, whatever. Anyhow. So he lost money by having to come to the funeral. I said, hey, here's 2K, pick me up. You'll recoup your money coming up, going down, put a few bones in the pocket, and all of a sudden your trip was free. As far as, your operating costs. So he lost fucking 2K by not showing up on time. I saved that money by taking the fucking bus. I got lucky because I sat next to a beautiful girl. When we got crunched in there like sardines, I had a beautiful girl buffering me between. I'm looking out the window. Well, then it started to rain, but I got an FX3 hanging around my neck. That's why I wanted to take the taxi, because it was going to rain that day. I'm like, yeah, man, come pick me up so I don't have to get my FX3 wet by transferring to the bus to the taxi. Anyhow, started getting into Cebu City. Starts raining cats and dogs. I'm like, fuck, I'm going to get this FX3 wet. But it all worked out good. When you're going down there, you get off at Pacific Mall. That's where I get off. I get off at Pacific Mall, flag down a taxi. It took me like 1 minute to get a taxi. Didn't even have to worry with Grab. Flag down this dude. He flipped the meter. No bullshit like they pull in Manila. Zoomed me over to the airport and, gave the dude some money, a little tip, and I think I had a Royal and a water left over. I'm like, here, man, here's something to drink too, because I got to go. Can't get the shit through security anyhow. So I made it. I tell that whole story because you may find yourself in the same situation, right? You just have to think far enough ahead and don't trust your wife's brother to pick you up at any given fucking time, because he's gonna be on Filipino time. The safest way to do it is just like I said. If you have a flight on Tuesday and out of Cebu, and your wife is way up in the village, get down to Cebu on Monday. Get there the night before. That's what I always do anyhow. I don't know why the fuck I was cutting it close. What I usually do is go down to Cebu City the night before, get me a cheap hotel, go over to Ayala Mall, go to TGI Fridays, get that fucking bottomless mojito. You pay one price, it's free refills. And I haven't been there in years, and I didn't go on this trip. I don't even know if it's fucking still there. I'm sure it is, but get that bottomless mojito. It's like 400 pesos, and back in the day, they knew me there. They knew me. When they saw me pull up, they're like, oh fuck, go get 2 or 3 more bottles of rum. There's that bastard again. I would sit there for hours and hammer fucking bottomless mojitos. But hey, you want to advertise bottomless mojito, which means unlimited mojitos, I'm a redneck. I'm going to get my money's worth. So that's what I used to do. Eat a cheeseburger, get up, hit my flight the next day, no issues. And the next time, I will go back to that. I violated all my principles by, trying to rush to the airport from a destination that's 4 to 5 hours away with congestion. It's stupidity. It's insanity. I only blame myself because I knew what was going to happen. This ain't my first rodeo, okay? This ain't my first rodeo. But many folks who are watching, it is, and it's going to be your first rodeo. And just learn from my adventures and my mistakes. And sometimes I allow these mistakes to happen on purpose, just so I can talk about them, I can film them, and for the entertainment value of it. Because even Ray Charles could have seen that coming, that her brother wasn't gonna pick me up on time. He's up there at his crib, his village, his place. They're probably fighting chickens the night before, drinking fucking Red Horse, whatever the fuck they're doing. He ain't gonna show up on time. Ain't happening, Big Pimpin'. So I hope you learn from something from this. Could I have told this story in about a minute? I can't. Somebody else could. You could summarize it and say her brother was late, so you had to take the bus. All right, yeah, okay, that's the story, but the learning points are missed from my newcomers or my people who are coming over here for the first time, falling in love with some beautiful girl in the village, your fiance. If you haven't met a chick in person, she's not your fucking fiance. She's your chat mate. Let me check you. It's your chat mate. You're sending the money, doing it. That doesn't matter. Until you meet a girl in person, they're nothing more than a chat mate. They're not your girlfriend, not your wife, not your fiance. They're a fucking internet chat mate. Once you meet that person, in person, that's day one. That's second number one, minute number one, day one of your relationship. And many of you are going to find in 2 or 3 days later that you don't like that girl you've been chatting for 6 fucking months. It's a chat mate, it's not your fiance. Fucking stay grounded here in reality. Okay, so anyhow, I told that story. That's what happened. I made it to the airport okay. The next part of it is I took Philippine Airlines. Now Philippine Airlines versus Cebu Pacific. Cebu Pacific is like Southwest Airlines. It's fucking cheap. It's no frills. Ain't no first class. Ain't nothing free. It'll get you from point A to point B. They're usually late, but it's cheap. Why do you book flights on Cebu Pacific? Because it's cheap. Okay? If you have a little bit more money, not too much, but a little bit more, Philippine Airlines is so much better experience. It's the way to go. So anyhow, I spent a few more bones, took the Philippine Airlines flight, and it's a turboprop. It's one of those Canadian, I can forget the name. Anyhow, it's a turboprop, prop plane. But the good thing about taking the prop plane is there are less passengers. Well, guess what? When you show up to check in, there's less people in line. It's just less. Everything is less. There's less people at the fucking gate. There's less people on the flight. It's so much easier when there's a small group versus a big group on a big plane, right? So I took the Philippine Airlines flight from Cebu to Clark. Wonderful experience. I got there late, but there were only like 6 people in line in front of me. Zoomed through security, no issues. Everything was wonderful. Now, our last few flights on Cebu Pacific have been wonderful, but in my opinion, if it's only the difference in, I say $50, I would pay 50 extra bucks to take the Philippine turboprop flight versus the Cebu Pacific flight, and that's just me. It's just less people, less hassle, less bullshit. And that's my opinion. Cebu Pacific versus Philippine Airlines. Philippine Airlines is up here. Cebu Pacific is like Southwest, and this is, it would be the Delta of the Philippines, right? Delta Airlines of the Philippines. Best way to describe it, I guess. But if you don't mind spending a little bit more money, Philippine Airlines all day long. If you're broke, cheap, on a budget, just need to get there, well, Cebu Pacific. Oh yeah, that's absolutely delicious. Big old thick bottle. It just keeps the beer cold for longer. I don't know what the magic is in the bottle. There you go, right there. IPA, India. Well, it's focusing on my eye, and I've got it set to sticky, right? There we go, man, right there. IPA, India Pale Ale by Crazy Carabao. All right, folks, I'm gonna step outside, smoke my cigar. I wanna thank y'all for joining me on this video and this long fucking story that could have been a short story. Red Horse, I still love you, man. You're my brother-in-law. But you screwed yourself out of gas money, man. God damn, next time when you're dealing with the Cano, you got to be on time, brother. Okay, Americans, even though I've been out of America for over a decade, when it comes to flights, bro, I live and die by the clock. Any other time, I don't give a fuck. Okay, I don't wear a watch. I haven't worn a watch in 10 years that actually works. The old videos you see me that I'm wearing a watch, that watch is broken. It's set at 5 o'clock. It's a dead man's watch. Long story. But Red Horse, when you're picking up a foreigner and he's got a flight, you have to be on time, dog. It's that simple. It's that simple, man. And you lost that money. Well, here's the old lady right here. What's up, baby girl?
What are you doing?
Baby, I'm trying to make an award-winning travel show here, and you're interrupting. Here, I gotta put you on there.
Okay.
What you doing, baby?
We're going to sleep.
You're going to sleep? Baby, it's like 7 o'clock. Hey, sweetie girl. Hey, sweetie. Hey, sweetie.
You're home, Daddy?
Sweetie, Papa's at our apartment right now. Yes. Hey, Force G.
You're not in the time right now?
No, not yet. Where's Oopal?
Dad.
Okay, hold on just a second. Let Papa finish the video and then I'll chat you. Hold on just a second. All right, folks, I gotta run. I gotta chat with my babies, and who is that? Filipino wife number 2.5. She's teetering on being dropped to number 3 or keeping her number 2 spot. The other night, I was almost gonna demote her down to baby mama 010. It's not 009. She's baby. You baby mama 010. That's number 10. Look how pretty she is tonight though, folks. Look at her. You know why? Because she took a bath. When she takes a bath and washes her hair, she's actually a pretty girl. But the big problem is trying to get her to take a bath and wash her hair, you know? All right, folks, I'm out of here. Thanks for joining me. I love each and every one of you. Man, shout out to my buddy Duke Shooter, man. Hope you're doing, no, you wait. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Thanks for the cigars. I'm gonna smoke my cigar, chat with the ladies next door. They're in the massage business, I think. I don't know. Anyhow, I'm gonna go out, chat with the ladies next door, drink my beer, and I'm gonna call this video complete. See y'all on the next one. I certainly appreciate y'all being here on my channel, on my travel show, listening to my voice, watching my show. Baby, patience, baby. Patience.
What did you say?
Good things come to those who wait, baby.
I need you to help me.
I miss you too, sweetie. I gotta go, folks. I'm out of here.
Love the Philippines.
Wear your mask, take your pill. Now a whole generation's mentally ill.
Love the Philippines.
And fuck Fauci.
Autumn breeze in a mug of tea. Sister's pottery made for me. Building a home like I've never known. Been a long time coming since your way to this life, away from the noise, knowing your solitude to come alive. Passing pastures of golden green, drawn pride with the windows down, planning new trips, dreaming new dreams. It's been a long time coming since your way to this life, away from the noise, knowing your solitude. It's been a long time coming since your way to this life, away from the noise, knowing your solitude to come alive.
Thank you.